Time flies when you're having fun and you're spending time with the greatest community in the world, our Israel Brief community or family, as we do every Monday to Thursday. Now, I know I say this every Thursday, but it really is a fact. So if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to it. I am Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief, brought to you in partnership with Lay of the Land, where we take a look at those top stories making headlines in Israel. We do it every Monday to Thursday. It is day 286. I can't believe that we are getting closer and closer to that 300-day mark since the start of Israel's war with Hamas following the invasion and atrocities of the 7th of October. Israel is fighting a just war, a war that it is obligated under international law to fight to defend its citizens. So let's take a look at those top stories, and we begin with what is happening in Gaza. And Israel has killed Anas Murad. He is the leader of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad naval forces. I know many people say, especially on the opposition to Israel, say, but you know, Gaza has no army, Gaza has no defense. They have terror organizations who have organized themselves into armies and navies, and the weapons that they came through the border with on the 7th of October were extremely sophisticated, not to mention their rocket stockpiles. Well, the IDF have eliminated Murad along with another Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist who was also a participant in the 7th of October slaughter. Yesterday, Hamas terrorists fired on IDF troops as they worked to secure the convoys of humanitarian aid coming into the designated humanitarian zone. This resulted in that very, very important route from Kerem Shalom to the Al-Mawasi being shut for several hours. And it also proves yet again how Hamas continually sabotage humanitarian aid that is coming in for citizens in Gaza who depend on it. But Hamas continue to either fire on it, sabotage it, or hijack it for their own use. The IDF also confirmed earlier today that 20 Hamas terrorists had been eliminated, including a sniper who was responsible for killing an IDF soldier. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, addressing his audience from a bunker somewhere in Ashura, has warned that if the IDF continue to attack the south of Lebanon, killing civilians, he will make sure that any IDF tank that approaches the border is eliminated, and that Hezbollah, another proxy of Iran, fire on Israeli cities and settlements that have not been targeted yet. Now, just a reminder that Hezbollah has been firing consistently on Israeli positions since the 8th of October. In fact, the National Public Diplomacy Directorate today has confirmed that since the 8th of October, Hezbollah have fired close on 7,000 rockets towards Israeli civilians, and 28 have been killed, including IDF soldiers. A diplomatic solution is preferred by Israel and apparently by the Hezbollah as well. However, Hezbollah have said that they will continue to fire on Israel as long as the IDF is operational in the Gaza Strip. They've said that they will continue to fire onto Israel until there is a ceasefire. And in an event where you actually couldn't make this up, a BBC journalist asked the former editor-in-chief of the Jerusalem Post, Yaakov Katz, in a broadcast last night, and said to him that Hezbollah are firing out of concern for Palestinian civilians. Now, really, from the same people who brought you, why didn't you alert civilians as to the rescue of hostages? They are now saying Hezbollah fire on Israelis out of concern. You cannot make this up. I think this is why you guys come here to the Israel Brief, because we don't bring you news that insults your intelligence. Israel's strong criticism of UNRWA has provoked a backlash from the UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric. Stefan Dujarric called comments from the Prime Minister's Office spokesperson David Mensa in inflammatory language, warning that it could be endangering UN officials focused on helping civilians in the Gaza Strip. Mensa yesterday called UNRWA and Philippe Lazzarini a Jew-killing enabler and a liar and a terrorist sympathizer. As we have been saying throughout this war, UNRWA is complicit with Hamas, using their infrastructure not only to hide hostages, this includes private UNRWA staff as well, but to also stockpile weapons and to launch attacks on Israeli civilians. And that's not even mentioning their role on the 7th of October, where many UNRWA staff were either participants or cheered it on. And then, of course, we get to the incitement of hatred in UNRWA textbooks. Dujarric has alleged that, or Mensa rather, has alleged that Israeli forces had found documents exposing UNRWA employees' involvement in Hamas attacks and infiltration by terror groups. Dujarric has refuted these claims, saying that no such documents were handed to the Secretary General Antonio Guterres, and he denounced the language as inflammatory. However, if you follow the work of the incredible UN Watch and our forces throughout this war, you will see that ample evidence has been made public and presented. And finally, the Jerusalem Youth Choir, that is a choir made up of young people, both Israelis and Palestinians from Jerusalem, have wowed judges at America's Got Talent with their audition. The choir sang Philip Phillips' song Home. It's absolutely beautiful. They wowed the audience, they wowed the judges, they've made it through to the next stage of the competition, and we wish them the best of luck. But they are a real lesson and a real example to all of us. If they can sing together, we can all come together in pursuit of peace. And finally, before I let you go for the weekend, let's take a look at that audience question, and it comes from somebody called Greg. Greg asks, will Israel ever get Sinwar? Greg, as history has proven, no matter how long it takes, how far we have to go, we always get our man. And on that note, I'm going to remind you where you can find us online. You can check out our website at layoftheland.online. That's www.layoftheland.online. Our Facebook community is at Lottel Site. Our YouTube channel right here at the Israel Brief. You guys know exactly what to do. Like, share, subscribe, invite your friends to. We're on X at layoftheland5. And all that remains is for me to wish you a wonderful weekend. Shabbat Shalom. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you all for your continued prayers and support. And I will see you on Monday. Bye for now.